So I start with a base of the lightest color, which I like to use ginger because I really like the red tones in it. And I just kind of give a base coat of that. None of these stripes really matter because you're gonna go over it again. It evaporates so fast. Some people like the single drip method. Don't mind the sound of my washer in the background. You just give it a good lighter base. What I like to do. Make sure we get some on the bottom. So I let that sit for a little bit. Right, nothing fancy. Just a base coat. And then I like to mix to add the darker. I still put ginger. Then I also add the teak wood. As you can see, the teak wood is much darker. Oops. And then, so for the knots, you don't want it dripping. You just start kind of pulling. Sometimes I blow on it to help it dry faster, because as it dries, that's the key part of getting the knot. So just keep pulling the alcohol ink. I don't know if you can see that very well, so we just keep pulling the same area as it dries, back and forth. Okay, so you start to get the outside of this knot here, and you just keep going, but just don't go quite as far, and you start to get the next edge. And then just keep doing that till you get the layers you want. Get one more maybe on the edge there. Sometimes you can flip the shape of your brush around so you pull that edge out and get that nice round. So that's how I do the knots. And then I'll still just go in and, you know, do like a whole line, because I like to make it darker. Just kind of see where it takes you. I don't know if you can see this very well. So just kind of as it goes, I just kind of see which way it takes you, like this, kind of like this right here. Okay, so let's just make that a knot. Let's just see how that goes. If you want it longer, just keep pulling it, and keep pulling, and you'll see you'll kind of start to get your next sets. I haven't added any more ink yet. Just keep pulling. You can do the next one, the next layer, just keep going. You're getting the glare. I don't know if that's working for you guys. So I haven't added any more yet. Just kind of keep going. So now just get a little bit of moisture. Just see how it just catches it and then it starts making that edge. You don't want it dripping. This, if you want a dark one, you just keep going in over the same space with another, like how I got a little bit more dark on there. And then you'll see it'll start giving you the next layer. Start getting that in there. And then you can just go a little bit, get the next one. That's how I do those. I just like to add a little more ginger, add a little more teak wood. It is glare bad. There you go, hold it tilted. So you don't want it dripping because it'll mess up your flow. It won't give you the lines of grain. I'll try and do it this way. You see how I did the first layer, and then there's the second layer that makes it darker. Let's keep going. Take it all the way around. Don't want it too wet. And sometimes it'll just kind of pick a spot for you. So like right here, I'm just gonna start, that was a little too wet, but I'm just gonna start pulling this up. Try to dry it off a little bit, because the key is to do it when it's drying. And that's what helps pull the ink to make that edge that makes the knot. You can pull it up, you know, shape it however you want. You don't have to worry about the inside just yet, because you're gonna, like that, you're gonna pull over those streaks to make a new knot space. So sometimes, see, I have an angled brush. Sometimes I just flip the direction of the brush. Like bring it all up and get that edge that I want. Might do one more, see it starts to kind of, starts to paint itself, design itself. So I'm just going to do a little bit, get right up there, and then that's it's a knot. I think I might do another one. I like it knotty. So I've got to do another one. Don't mind my humor. I'm tired. Okay. So I'm gonna put another one. See this one down here. So I'm gonna put another one kind of just up here. I don't know if this will serve very well, but need a little moisture to start off with. Pull it. I think I'm gonna have this one be kind of longer, just because, you know how that guy says, like, happy tree. I need a little moisture to keep pulling it down. Like clear as mud. We don't want it dripping. But I do want to pull this one a little more. There we go. They don't have to be round. Check my hardwood floors. Nothing is symmetrical. So just go with it. And, you know, just happy little knot. Wow, I really am tired. So that's my next one. So, different kind of styles. This, you know, to get this darker edge, as I add more of the teak wood than the ginger. Here I'll do one with more ginger. Oops. Where do we want this one? Where do we want it? Right in there somewhere. Maybe we'll just make this one bigger. You see the ginger adds more of that red. And it was a little too wet, so I'm going to dry it off. There we go. Think, oh no, you messed it up. No, just keep going. Just keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that bottom down more, I think. And don't worry about in here, because you're gonna make more knots to go with that. That's not a big deal. So I'm gonna start just as it dries. Just keep going. Just keep going. I think I want to pull that down a bit. There we go. You see it like shape shift in front of your eyes. What it is. Oh, and my dryer kicked back on. Too wet. Okay. And just kind of go smaller and smaller as I get my edges. I don't know if that helps you at all. I think I'm going to darken those up a little bit. Maybe not. I kind of like the variety. Anyway, that's what I know.